In life, certain people are chosen to do certain things. Whether that's being a firefighter, a teacher, a sports analyst, or even a news reporter. Every single person on this earth has a calling and a purpose. Whether they pursue that purpose and calling, well, that's up to them. But however, with that being said, we do have some rare people. These rare people in particular are not just following their path, but they are the chosen one. The quote-unquote phrase, chosen one, isn't thrown around too lightly. In matter of fact, it's not really thrown out at all because people know the magnitude of that statement. People throw out the word GOAT a lot, but you never hear anyone really say the chosen one. The main reason for that is because when you say the chosen one, it can only be one person. When we have these GOAT conversations, even though it's supposed to be just one person, there's always more people involved. So to call someone the quote-unquote chosen one and to proclaim it is very big. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about a player that's looking like the chosen one more and more every day. Before we get into that, just let me clarify what the chosen one even means. No, it's not somebody who's just really good at a sport. It's someone who's had all eyes on them ever since they was born. And before they could even say what their goals were in life, people were already making them out for them. A really good example is LeBron James. Ever since he was born, he had all eyes on him and everyone else was saying he was the chosen one. And somehow, unbelievably, he lived up to the hype and the expectations and he's still going. It can't be a player who just started getting good when they were 15, 16, or 17 and started getting attention then. And like I said, a lot of times a chosen one isn't even proclaimed by that person. It's actually stated by other people that were surrounding him. This has probably been the longest intro to a video I've ever had. So without further ado, let's dive straight into the video. He's been receiving attention ever since he was born. And at a very young age, everyone around him knew how good he was gonna be. It was just a matter of time. As he started getting older though, I think everyone got scared of this kid's greatness and they actually didn't want to see him prosper. But it don't matter what they want to see. He was chosen to do this, so nothing can stop him. As he's getting older though, all those haters and critics are actually turning into fans and they're starting to realize how good this guy is. And he goes by the name of no other than Lamelo Ball. Now hold on. Before all y'all run to the comments, just hear me out. Y'all may think I'm crazy for saying he's the chosen one, but just hear me out and listen to this video. We are going to take a very deep look into this situation, so get your popcorn, get a snack. It's going to be a very interesting video. At just the age of 4, he started training with his older brothers Lonzo and LiAngelo. Obviously, this was going to help him in the long run because this prepared him for the next level. When he was growing up, he was always facing older opponents, but that wasn't the big deal. The big deal was that he was also dominating them. In 2013, when he was just in 7th grade, he was playing for the 17 and under team. Keep in mind guys, a 7th grader is only roughly 12 to 13 years old. When he was growing up and even in his middle school years, this is when everyone started kind of looking towards his way. And when he was just a freshman, he started playing on the varsity team known as the iconic Chino Hills. And his teammates were his 2 older brothers Lonzo and LiAngelo, and Lonzo took a lot of the glory. Even though Lonzo was putting on a show, everyone actually started to pay attention to Lamelo. And everyone knew Lonzo was a better player at the time, but deep down everyone knew Lamelo was something special. And as just a freshman, he averaged 16.4 points per game. Even though that's very impressive, he still received a ton of hate. But for someone who's destined for greatness, people love to hate on them. Many people don't actually know that Lamelo had a terrible shooting form when he was just a freshman. I said it was terrible, let me take that back. It wasn't completely atrocious, but it wasn't really good. And a lot of people clowned him and made fun of him for that. But just like the chosen one does, he didn't listen to it, he kept pursuing on. In his sophomore year, he improved once again and averaged roughly 27 points per game. And oh yeah, we can't forget to mention he dropped 92 points in a single game as a sophomore. That's ridiculous. But of course, all the haters, critics, doubters had something to say about that. Oh, it wasn't a legit 92. Oh, he was snowbirding and all the excuses. That's what people love to do when you're on top. They just want to bring you down no matter how good you perform. Instead of giving him credit for dropping 92 points, which a lot of people can't do in a single year, he did in one game. Everyone clowned him for it. He was criticized by every analyst out there for quote unquote cherry picking. Did he cherry pick? Yeah, but who cares? He scored 92 points. And he averaged 27 points per game as a sophomore, but he also averaged roughly 10 assists. But no one wanted to talk about his assist, everyone wanted to talk about how he's a ball hog. That's going to be the trend of this video, just keep in mind. It's kind of like the LeBron effect. No matter how good LeBron performs, people criticize something about him. And it's the exact same thing for Lamelo Ball, and this is why I think he's the chosen one. Heading into his junior year, he got a ton of expectations, but our story takes a weird turn. He wound up leaving Chino Hills and decided to play professionally overseas with his brother LiAngelo. He was supposed to be an 11th grader, but he was playing against grown men, so this was a huge step in his career. For the 2017 through 18 year, he didn't really receive a lot of playing time. time. A lot of people said that was because the coach didn't want to play a young kid, but either way, it wasn't a great year for him. But I do have to say, I think it was a great experience for him and it helped him in the long run. He only averaged 6.5 points per game, 2.4 assists, and 1.1 rebounds. And this is when all the critics came back into play. Everyone was clowning him, saying he wasn't going to be ready, he needs to hit the weight room, he's too skinny for the NBA. But just like the Chosen was supposed to do, he didn't respond to any of it, he just kept working. Heading into what was supposed to be his senior year, he wound up coming back to play in high school basketball. He played for Spire Institute and had a very good season. And if you didn't think people were intimidated by Lamelo Ball and his greatness, just listen to this. When it was announced he was going to come back and play for Spire, teams canceled their games against them. And a lot of schools said they were scared of Lamelo Ball's professional experience and it wasn't a fair matchup. I'm sure there were some other reasons, but that was stated that was one of them. And if you were Lamelo Ball, you had to be feeling pretty good about yourself because that's the ultimate sign of respect. After his senior year, instead of going to play college or in the G League, he took a different route. He wound up going to Australia and playing overseas once again, but this time it was way better. And if we're being honest, this was probably the best season Lamelo had. For a season in the NBL, he averaged 17 points per game, 7.6 rebounds, and 6.9 assists. Keep in mind, he's playing against grown men out there and he's still pretty young. So for him to perform at a very efficient rate at the next level, it showed a lot of people that he was next up. And this really shut up all the doubters again because they really didn't say too much about it. I mean, what can you say? He had a great year. There was nothing to criticize. It's just really funny to me how people work. When he was coming up and younger, people knew he was good, but they just decided to hate on him. And it's obvious, when people hate on you in anything in life, they're just insecure about themselves and they're scared of your greatness. And this is a perfect example of that. People were hating on him in his freshman year. In his sophomore year, he shut them all up with averaging 27 points per game. But in his junior year, when he went to play overseas, he didn't have that great of a season. And then boom, what happens? All the haters come back and they're like, I told y'all he wasn't going to be good and all of that trash talk. But then for his senior season and at the next level playing overseas, he put on a show. And where'd the haters go? Exactly, they disappeared. Here's a little motivational map for you today. If you got haters, you're doing something right. If no one's hating on you, there's a problem because no one's scared of you. People have to talk down on you and talk trash on you because they want other people to have that same perspective. All I'm gonna say is, I haven't met a hater that's doing better than me. If you're hating on somebody, you're just a straight up loser. You get nothing from it. A little quote I always tell other people is that me throwing shade on them isn't gonna help me shine. Next time you want to hate on somebody, just keep in mind, you get no gain from it. So go out there and work on your craft. Whether that's sports, getting a job, or getting money. Anyway, sorry for my little rant. Continuing on with our video, Lamelo Ball is now looking like the next big thing. For a guy that was clowned in high school, said he was too skinny and he wasn't gonna make it and he had a toxic father, look at him now. He's going to be potentially the #1 pick in the NBA draft. And if he isn't going to be the #1 overall pick, he's definitely going to be a top 5 pick. But here's the thing, it doesn't stop there. He's got a long way to go and I feel like he's just going to get even better. Lonzo is good, don't get me wrong. When he was heading into the NBA, he had a lot of hype. I don't know how to explain it though, there's just something about Lamelo Ball. He feels like the chosen one. I'm telling you guys, this may be a bold statement, but I gotta say it. When it's all said and done, I wouldn't be shocked if Lamelo Ball is easily a top 15 player of all time. I think his potential is through the roof and he's only going to get better from here, and that's really scary because he's already one of the greatest prospects in the draft. Is this a reach and a stretch? I really don't think so. But hey, just like everything, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. When Lamelo Ball was born, it was obvious that he was destined for greatness. But as he started getting older, a lot of people started hating on him in hopes that he wouldn't reach all that potential. But now that he's reached it, the sky's the limit and there's no telling how far this kid can go. But hey man, with all this being said, that's what I'm gonna wrap up this video. I know it was a little different video. It's almost like a conspiracy type of video. But I like switching up the content, and if you like videos like this, leave a like down below so I can do more of these. It lets me know that y'all like this video. But yeah man, with all that being said, do all that nice stuff below. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, join the family. If you like the video, leave a like. Y'all know what to do, drop some comments down below. And yeah man, let's be great. I'm out y'all. Peace.